Give me comfort food with a smoky smile. Stormy stirred and Marty dreamed, and what they made was a savory scream. Brisket Mac, Jimmy Mac, that flavor train ain't never looking back. Pulled beef melted, noodles divine, cheese so creamy it'll stop your time. From the pit to the plate, it's a southern snack. Raise your forks for the Brisket Mac attack. It starts with brisket, slow smoked with pride, marbled with magic, tender inside. Then Chef Stormy whipped up a cheddar storm, velvet sauce that'll keep you warm. Marty tossed in a secret spice, a little heat and a kiss of ice. They poured it over pasta gold, and Jimmy Mac said, strike the mold. Brisket Mac, Jimmy Mac, one bite in and you'll never go back. Cream and crunch in a golden shell, you'll swear you've touched the dinner bell. From food truck dreams to five-star stack, it's gourmet love in a cast iron pack. Now folks line up for dust till
Well, Mr. Secretary, how are you today in India? I know it's getting late there at night. How are you, sir?
Good, Marty. Good to see you. A lot of action happening here on the side of the art district, and we are happy to welcome Mona Bhatt today as the guest speaker.
Yeah, so exciting. All forms of art in any way at all that can be brought to the table. Mona Bhatt today, live from India and the art district of Ahmedabad. I have got the sound of how to say that now down pretty good. I have perfected the spelling of it also. I always just remember Ahmed.
That's right.
I add Abad, Ahmedabad. So I know people struggle with that. If you're struggling with that out there, that's how you do it. And this is in the state all the way to the left of India, Gujarat. So you want to talk about Gujarat a little bit and just tell us,
Yes, yes, Mari. In fact, Gujarat is one of the most forward-thinking states of India. I'm proud to say that we are based out of Gujarat, the place where leaders are born and created, because it is the place where Mahatma Gandhi set out for the India's freedom struggle. And there is Sardar Patel, the Iron Man of India, who actually united all the states. There is something magical about the place. Lots of leaders, right from the political leaders to the academic leaders, inventors, and even the richest and the wealthiest people in Asia are based out of Gujarat. So there
yeah.
is something about Gujarat being on the western side. And we are based in Ahmedabad, where we have created the art district.
And that's
So
the capital of Gujarat.
that's the business capital of Gujarat. The
Yeah,
capital
so
of
it's
Gujarat
like a
is,
state, like we live in the state of North Carolina. And
yeah,
Dr. Charlene, what is your state? Is it technically Ontario or
Ontario in Canada. Yeah.
so? This is like a state, so we say Gujarat. It's like a state, like
Oh,
Ontario,
interesting.
like North Carolina. How about Vincent in Africa? What is your state?
Ogun State. It's more or
Ogun,
less like a traditional statement or a
August.
traditional spelling, yeah. Ogun State.
Yeah. And Stormy, any comments about your state, the state of North Carolina? You were born and raised here as a child and went to school here. Don't forget to unmute your microphone. But North Carolina with the barbecue trail.
Yep.
Any comments about your state?
Just we're just happy to be here. It's a very diverse state. It has mountains and it has beaches, so it's and anything in between. So it's a very diverse landscape, and you can go and have a nice vacation in either the mountains or the beach here.
Yeah, from the mountains to the seas was our motto on the USS Asheville, a nuclear submarine that I was on. It was on all of our stickers, from the mountains to the seas. So Mona Bhatt is going to be coming on. I wanted to throw it over to the secretary, Vincent. Did you have anything that you wanted to talk about? I know you put out a beautiful newsletter. You've been doing such a good job with that every month on LinkedIn. Mr. Secretary, anything that you would like to add today?
Yes, the most important thing I want to do today is just to appreciate all our members and everyone who have supported us in 2025. This is a new year, and all I have to say is welcome to a life-changing year. We look forward to serving you better, and we look forward to putting out initiatives that will not only profit you, but also profit the world as a whole. So once again, welcome to a life-changing year.
Thank you so much. And thank you for the wonderful work on not only the videos, but the newsletter. And he's got control into LinkedIn and proliferates that across LinkedIn. And that has been growing. He's been growing that membership on LinkedIn. So just fantastic. As the treasurer, I can honestly report our treasurer's report is pretty solid, pretty stable. It's on our website. We have had 2 new paying members that joined. One was a Duchess Letitia from London. And also we had another brand new member. We've invited her to come in, but Teresa Yan from London also joined and paid. So each paying $40. And that's been the activity on the treasury. The cards that went out, I just paid for those out of my own money so as to not impact the treasury. We still do have money available for scholarships. So if any paying member would like to put somebody up for a scholarship, please do. Remember, it's only open for paying members to nominate somebody. And generally, it's supposed to come from your family. So it could be your cousin, a nephew, a niece, your uncle, an aunt, your 3 times removed cousin, whatever you would like to put up for that. And the last thing I have to say on the treasury is one of the new cards I sent out, because every time a member joins, like Teresa Yan, she's a banker from London. So I get their address. I share that with the Secretary, Vincent Adeyasun, and the Secretary General, Shankar Damodharan. and then I'll just pay for the card out of my own pocket, and it ends up being $3, $4, $5 to ship overseas. The last thing we're waiting on is some reports from Africa, particularly two of our members in Nigeria, to see if they ever actually get their card. So Kolowole and also Vincent, they're still waiting. Those cards went out probably 45 days ago. When they don't go to the address that was given, it takes about 2 months to come back to the United States. And then what I'll do is photograph the front of the card and show it to them, and they'll go and talk to their post office and say, what is this human male doing wrong in America with my address that I never got? Because here's a picture, and what do I need to change on my address to make sure that I get mail? And so that's kind of where we're at. Any questions for the Treasury? Any questions from across the internet? New Carbach 2004, thank you for joining over live on Instagram. If not, I'm going to throw it back to you, Mr. Secretary. Shanker.
Welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the program tonight that we anticipated so much about. The art district is very close to our hearts, and I turn to Mona S. Bhatt. She's the co-founder of Art District of Ahmedabad, and she has got some wonderful things to share about how it started, why it started, and where it is going today. So welcome, Mona. You got to unmute. Can't hear. You might have to come and share from here. Okay.
Yes, she might be able to join you from there.
Yes, so I have joined from here, and welcome and namaste to everyone for coming to the Art District of Ahmedabad. So the Art District is not just a destination in Ahmedabad. Art District lives everywhere where art lives. So it belongs to all of us. Welcome to everyone.
Thank you so much, Mona. So exciting to see what you guys are doing, and really, really cool. And I think, art is across all forms. So from claying to pottery to painting. There's so many different culinary arts with Anil Mulchandani. There's so many different forms of art. And I've got your presentation ready. Did you want me to put it up on screen?
Yes, please.
Okay, now this is a blueprint for cultural activity. Is that the correct way to say that?
Yes, that's right. It's a blueprint that we have created, which can be duplicated anywhere in any part of the world. Looking at the way our city is, we try to put it together where we connect the so called disconnected forms of art. So we work with festivity, revival, the heritage, and the arts. That's what you see in the corner is the map of our city. It's like a little circle that keeps expanding all around. And then Ahmedabad is a very interesting culture. It was built by the merchants and the kings. And then they created a city which is founded on these values of festivity and heritage. So when we think about a global city, what makes a global city? You could go to the next slide, Marty. Yes, the heart of the matter is that every global city has got art at the center of it. It is art that drives economy. And when we say art, it is not just the art that you do as in a painting, but the very art of living life fully. And that's what culture helps us to do. It helps us to bring meaning. It gives us the roots. In today's world where technology is fast expanding and it's exciting, technology gives us wings. And it is the art and culture that gives us the roots. The next one. So if we look at cities around the world, we did a bit of research and realized that in every city which we look at today, for example, Florence, it's so beautiful. We love to go to Florence or just look at Kyoto. I love Japan. Only because I feel I would love to walk under the cherry blossom trees. Well, that is what you call as the soft power. So, art and culture is the soft power, and all these cities had art and culture come in first, and then trade and commerce flourished. So, art is a precedent for humans to create marketplaces, to interact, to trade, and to live a very balanced life. So, this is what we took as a foundation and looked at the cities around the world and thought, how do we integrate this for our art district? Yes, the next one. So, now this what you see is the bridge. It's called the Ellis Bridge. So Ellis Bridge has got a story. It's one of the most ancient bridge of the city. And earlier, the city was very small. And there is a big river, which is called the Sabarmati River, where Gandhiji has his ashram, and that's how we brought freedom to India. So we built a bridge many years ago, and that's the Ellis Bridge. And then the city expanded to the west. So the art district that we are in right now is right adjacent to the bridge. So that's why this bridge has got a great significance for the art district.
Yes,
Ahmedabad,
you've mentioned that before about the famous bridge, so I'm kind of sort of seeing it even more now.
yes, it's beautiful. It is so beautiful that when you walk over it, you can feel the history. You can feel how the city developed and the efforts of the people of the city. Ahmedabad has got everything. It's got architecture, it's got history, it's got craft, it's got cuisine. So, what we actually did in the art district is we simply stitched it together. So, Ahmedabad is not so much a story of revival as much as a story of creating a platform where we bring all these beautiful things into the foreground. And it was declared as UNESCO's first World Heritage City for many reasons, I can say. If you come to Ahmedabad, all of you are very welcome. You would love it. You would see the ancient stepwells and you would see, historic homes like this. So in the art district, we have historic homes, and we were wondering how can they be repurposed? People look at historic homes and think that, oh, how do I preserve it? But the way to look at it, that it's not a matter of preservation as much as a matter of using it as an economic asset. So I'll tell you a little incident that happened. One of the fashion brands, a jewelry fashion brand, they actually created a small little party in a historic home like this and invited all the who's who of the city and introduced their new jewelry collection. So this created such a perfect ambience for an introduction like this. So that's how we feel that repurposing brings new life to what is already there, the beauty that's already given in our history and our heritage.
So, Mona, you were saying something about how these historic homes are not just historic homes, they're heritage, and why heritage is a living intelligence, which Nayak told us.
Oh yes, actually, it's amazing how they are built. They have a lot of mathematics that go into this. And one of our friends, when they came to our place, we have a historic home. He said something very beautiful. He said, "When I walk into a historic home, a heritage home, the walls they speak to me. I can hear, I can hear time. I can hear the people. I can hear the stories." So it's very beautiful when you connect with heritage in this manner.
Yeah, it's just fascinating to see, just fascinating. I love the architecture.
Yes. The next one, Martin. So now we think of art in many ways, like craft is also a very ancient art form of India. And it is actually the intellectual property that gets handed over through generations. So it's interesting to note that what we call simply as craft doesn't matter, it doesn't need to belong to India, it could belong to any part of the nation. But the beauty of craft is that it develops design thinking, it develops a cultural intelligence. And I'll tell you a little funny research. It's not really funny, but it's interesting. You know, India is very good at coding. All our people are very good in softwares and they get positioned in big companies. You know what's the secret for that? It's hidden in our crafts. So when you practice these crafts, they tend to open up a certain faculty of your brain, which is otherwise just lying latent. So you can imagine the science behind the crafts which are handed down to us from generations, from our parents, from our grandparents, from our ancestors. And I think it's great to value that and give it that importance, where artisans are the creators of economy. So we bring the craft into the picture, and then, as you see in the next slide, you will see that after the craft, we have cuisine. So the question is, can cuisine influence global relationships? Well, with Marty and Stormy being here, I'm not the one who would, you know, I have nothing to say about it because they are the masters. So cuisine not only brings people together, but it just connects people. It just is simply a way to connect people. And this is a very traditional way in which we serve our food. It's called a thali. So when we look at cuisine, our cuisine is very intricately connected with the festivals that happen in India. Like we just finished the kite flying, and in kite flying, we make a special kind of food. During Diwali, we make a special kind of food. And this season is the season of harvest. So during the harvest season, we bring all the fresh vegetables together, put it in a earthen pot, invert it, seal it, and then it's boiled for hours on logs. Now, this is called very special. It's called undiu. Undiu literally means inverted. So it's an inverted pot, and all the vegetables cook slowly in that. So this is something which we celebrate during this time, which is the ascent of the sun. And we bring in the warmer days, we bring in the spring. So the cuisine is connected to our festivals, the festival is connected to culture, the culture is connected to the arts. So there's a great interconnectedness in the way life is lived here in India.
Yeah, and Mona, I would just like to say I had seen some information about a big food festival coming up, but you guys have infused in that a bunch of music as well with three different bands, and it looks like Anil, our food god, Anil
Yes.
Mulchandani, is he's very involved in that. What's going on
Oh,
with
yes.
that?
Oh, yes. Anil is amazing. He's actually supporting the art district in a big way, and he's an expert. He's a culinary critic. He knows everybody, and he's great at cuisine. So,
He's got great stories too about cuisine and culture and development. And we are developing what is called culinary diplomacy, right?
yes, we're developing culinary diplomacy where people come over a dinner and talk about issues which are important and create solutions for that. And this would happen in the historic homes of the art district. So, we believe at the art district that the culture, community, and commerce, they are very intricately connected. And this is the difference that really makes the difference from a conventional urban development to what we call as an art district. So it's not really about making buildings, it's not just about making roadways, but it's about creating a community which learns how to live together, celebrate together, and that's what builds the commerce. So first comes the arts. The arts attract the people create marketplaces, and that's how commerce thrives. So during the kite flying, there are so many people making kites, the night markets are open, and during Diwali, there are people selling small little ardent lamps, so many people get employment, and it's such a festive mood. You can say India is an amazing country because we almost have every month a festival, and the festival is very connected to seasons. So everybody gets some work. There are musicians, there are artisans, I mean, everybody. It drives commerce. The festivals are the ones that drive commerce. And that's what creates a very balanced and a grounded community.
That's what we found out in Milan and Florence and Athens, I think, where art precedes economic development. And what do they call it? Zyges?
Yeah, they call it the zeitgeist, the Renaissance. The Renaissance is something that really happens when people's hearts are open. There's a lot of education to educate the brain and the mind, but what educates the heart of humans? So it's the art and culture, and every country in the world is so beautiful when we look at it from this perspective. Their unique culture, the unique arts. That's what makes life so interesting, isn't it?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yes. So, uh, what really matters is the mindset. This picture that you see, I took it specifically because this is the river, the Sabarmati River, and we have a big kite festival. So, kites are a very integral part of our spirit. Every time you fly a kite, you feel as if it's your spirit that is flying, and it's amazing. In the morning, when you fly a kite, it flies in one direction, and in the evening, it would fly in another direction, saying that the earth has changed its axis. It's a verification of that. So what we did is we actually called the world for celebrating this. So this is the International Kite Festival that happens every year on the banks of the Sabarmati River, and everybody around the world comes. This time we had the German Chancellor who came, the Prime Minister who came. So we turned even the festivals as an event for promoting bilateral trade. In the background of all this good cheer, there are people who discuss important issues that can help the world, that can help solve challenges. So, this is the way it is integrated. And Art District is a blueprint that we have created for integrating this in our everyday life, integrating the arts, integrating the festivals, integrating the commerce, integrating living life itself. So,
So there is something about art precedes economic development because art actually triggers your creative side and innovations happen. And it's after innovations that we make inventions and then that becomes commercially viable projects. And this we see that is so much understated that people feel that things are happening out of trade and development and investment. But the fact is, when you have arts, the right brain develops and integrates and become a whole brain person, right?
absolutely, absolutely. The right brain and the left brain, that's the balance. And when that happens, it's a whole new, that's what the Renaissance is about. And that's how new innovations happen. That's how new inventions happen. That's how we create miracles which help humanity. So that was the whole idea of the art district, that it is a physical place, yes, very much, but it is also a platform that provides a lot of importance to what art and culture can do in our life, and bring in the new for all of us. And we have all these landmarks that you see on these little circles there. These are the amazing places which are already here in our neighborhood. We have gardens, we have universities, we have dance schools, we have the National Institute of Design. We also have the famous Gandhi Ashram. So Gandhiji actually started the freedom movement for India from our neighborhood. And that I can promise you has got a vibe. When you come to this place, you will feel the vibrations which are so unique because the walls, the architecture, the atmosphere, if you're sensitive enough as an artist, holds all these memories and all these positive vibrations which come all throughout the years. So, Art District is a beautiful place. We welcome everyone to come here, but at the same time, Art District also is in every home.
And Mona, you
Yes.
mentioned Gandhi. He's from your state of Gujarat.
Yes, very much.
And
Gandhiji is from Ahmedabad.
Isn't Prime Minister Modi also from your state of Gujarat?
Absolutely, yes.
And
He
don't you
is
have
sister.
the largest art statue, the tallest art statue ever built in the world, taller than the Statue of Liberty?
Yes, that's also in Gujarat. We have the lions also in Gujarat. The only place after Africa, the Asiatic lion lives in Gujarat.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
That's
So there
right.
is so much here, and the festivities live here in
So
Gujarat.
I would just like to say these out loud because your microphone went down a little bit for a second. But the
Yeah.
Gujarat College was mentioned. Sabarmati Riverfront is, if you want to go out on the walk on the riverfront. The town hall is very famous. Tagore Hall. The Law Garden is beautiful. I've already seen that in last magazine's issue. We are working on the next issue of the magazine, by the way, which will heavily include the Global Embassy of Culture. I know we've got big articles coming in, but I remember seeing that Law Garden last issue. Ellis Bridge, Gymkhana Club, the Yoga Shram, the MJ Library, the Kotrab Ashram, Ellis Bridge, we had seen earlier, the National Institute of Design, the Bucky
Yes.
Art Gallery, the Paramo Garden, the Law Garden Street. And the one thing I don't see on here is the Kite Museum.
Ah, oh, yes, that's right. We have the Kite Museum as well.
That's
Yes,
fun.
yes. And the riverfront is beautiful also. So this is just a picture, the most recent picture. I think it is about 3 days back on the 14th of January. We had the chancellor, the German chancellor, come in, and the prime minister flew down, and they had a huge bilateral meeting in one of these heritage homes, the heritage hotels that you see on the right. And they visited the stepwells and the historic places of Ahmedabad. I mean, it's so beautiful to have important meetings in beautiful environments because it makes people think in beautiful ways. And I believe it can help solve many things because of the beautiful ambience. So this is just the most recent photo.
Yeah, and I see we have a bunch of questions coming in, so we'll do those when we come back from the commercial. But let me do the next slide, slide number 12.
So what we found at the art district is that when we integrate these things, it is not only interesting from the cultural point of view, but it has measurable value creation. It creates employment. It brings a lot of meaningful tourism. People love to come. That promotes the economy. And that way, it's a long term sustainability for the community in a very nice way, in a very balanced way. In our Sanskrit language, we call it Shubh Labh. It's a Sanskrit word, but it means a very blessed prosperity, if I have to translate it correctly. Yes. And well, this is a message of the whole. What I would like every one of us to take home with them is that art is not the byproduct of prosperity, it is the very beginning of it. So, thank you so much. And it's wonderful being with everyone and allowing me to be here. Thanks a lot to the Global Embassy of Culture for bringing this dialogue. And I love the work that you do. Thanks a lot, Marty.
thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you so much. And thank you to your husband. I would like to go over to Canada with Dr. Charlene and just her general comments, Dr. Charlene Doka-Bauer, of today's presentation and any question that Charlene has from Canada.
I
There you
believe.
go.
Oh,
Unmuted for
okay.
you.
Okay, thank you. This has been a very, very interesting presentation.
Thank
I,
you.
I enjoy art. My family, we've been involved in the arts for years, particularly in music. In your whole
Wow.
perspective of prosperity, I, in so many school boards and countries are making the arts take a back seat, and people don't understand how much it brings people together and
Yes.
can develop a real identity for your culture, for your country. And I mean, not yours, but in everybody's, our countries.
Yes.
It makes a tremendous difference in everyone's perspective of who we are.
Wow, I love what you say. Absolutely. Each one of us, we live in such blessed nations. And when we just focus on that, it just brings out the inherent beauty that lies on the whole planet Earth. Thank you so much for sharing this. I really like it. Yes.
Well, it should be nonpartisan. It's sort of
Pardon?
it's nonpartisan. It's not a political thing.
Yes.
It has beauty. And
Yes.
no, I really enjoyed your whole perspective. It was excellent. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
if I
Yes.
may add, Dr. Charlene, in another area of art, filmography, film art, motion picture art, the motion pictures with the film festival, the International Film Festival that the Global Embassy of Culture has come into. Charlene does a fantastic job with that. And she is the official ambassador for that with Prince Kojo Hilton, our executive director. So that's another area of art is film festivals, film, movies, television, streaming. And a lot of times within art, we also allow in the film festival board. Sometimes we see through art like writing, which may become a Broadway play, and then it becomes a movie or a TV series. And sometimes it comes from book writing and writing a book or a script, or maybe that becomes a script for television adaptation or a motion picture adaptation. So we see pathways of art through writing, sometimes through books, come up onto Broadway shows or plays, and then come up even further to television series or movies. I think a good example of that, so I'm not being ambiguous, is Downton Abbey started as a TV series. It was based off of many books and scripts, and now it has transitioned to a movie. They come out every couple of years with a brand new motion picture. But sometimes that's reversed, and we've seen where like a cartoon became a movie and then it became a TV series. So within the arts, I think Charlene's work in the International Film Festival industry and her familiarity with film production, directing, producing, winning many awards. You can see all behind her there, awards all over the world.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate to have received a number of awards, and I'm very grateful for all of them. A lot of hard work behind them, but it is part of the arts. And
Yes.
I encourage people to get so involved in the arts just because it's not a political thing. It should be a place of peace and enjoyment.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Wow.
I'm gonna throw it now into the questions, but before we go to the questions, we're gonna hit a commercial break. We've got a couple of questions racked up. I also want to say welcome on Instagram Live to Gianni Gulfo has joined us. Betsy Lives _life has joined us. A new Carbach 2004. Thank you to everybody over on Instagram. And a number of different questions has popped up. When we come back, we'll shoot into those. Everybody take 4 minutes. We'll be back in just a second. And thank you so much for joining us. We'll be right back.
Thanks for watching and stay tuned. We'll be right back. Be sure to support our amazing sponsors, stop by, say hello, and explore how you can do business together. We truly appreciate their partnership and yours.
And that concludes another edition of Road Gang Radio live from the Fastport Studios at the historic Degas House. How you doing, guys? Jimmy Mack, Radio Nemo. We want you guys to tune in from 7 to 11 Monday through Friday here on RadioNemo.com. You can also find us at iHeart. You can find us on Odyssey. You can find us on, of course, Facebook, YouTube, and all points in between. Hope you be there. 7 to 11 in the center of the country, 8 to 12. Be there for Road Gang Radio and Nemo Nation.
Every generation, every sacrifice. Our nation's service members have stood up for our freedom, our families, and our future. Now it's our turn to stand up for them. This year, you can honor their service in a deeply personal way by sponsoring a $17 Veterans Wreath. Each wreath is more than a symbol. It's a heartfelt tribute to the heroes who served and to the families who carry their legacy. Visit wreathsacrossamerica.org to sponsor a wreath today. This isn't just a wreath. It's a personal gift to an American hero.
Without our commercials, we would not be here. Without our paying sponsors. Also, don't forget that paying members, if you would like to submit a commercial, there is no charge for those. Otherwise, we do actually charge. And I see Alf has joined us from Germany. Alf Duam Kapoor. Also, Mona, you did such a great job today. Thank you so much. Such wonderful, beautiful things. Shooting to the, yes, absolutely. Shooting to the intense applause effect. We appreciate you. We did not gong you off today. You did not get the hook or the cane. We're gonna sometimes have the cane comes out and gets the person off the stage. So luckily that did not happen today. We want to thank you so much for joining us and the beautiful things you guys are doing there. I'm looking forward to hearing more about it. And I know we've also talked about featuring actually a couple of shows live from the gallery where you would go with your mobile phone and come up live just like you do here, but showing people live painting or live playing. We've had live cookery already direct from India, so that was exciting. But you know, it's neat and it creates interesting shows. We are in development right now, in fact, with the Global Embassy. Tonight we're going to be at the dinner for about 600 people. for Black Americans with the NAACP. I'll be putting photos up for us live from the dinner. On Monday, we're going to march on the streets from the courthouse for Dr. Martin Luther King Day. The Global Embassy of Culture will march with hundreds of people on the streets in the freezing cold, all the way down a couple of miles to school, a high school here where we have a huge guest speaker. So those are just events coming up. And February 11th, we have an event here at the headquarters with Presidential Cuisine. President Johnson, a keynote speaker, will be here. Dr. Renee Crichter-Lyons from Tennessee University will be our speaker that night at the Global Embassy here. And she'll be talking about her new book that she has published about Lady Bird Johnson and her famous whistle stop tour. So, Charlene, if you want to come down and eat, we're inviting you to dinner. We're still inviting people to dinner tonight. It's not too late if you want to come to dinner with us for 600 people and you're watching this show. We'll be over at the LeGrand Center, I think. Stormy, are we going to the big, highly technological LeGrand Center again?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful technology building here in Cleveland County of North Carolina. And so stay tuned for photos and pictures. And first question that came up, I'd like to throw it up there to Vincent. Vincent had a great one. Also, hello to Sakawat in Pakistan. Thank you for joining us, my good friend, everybody's friend, actually, Sakawat Sheikh, doing fantastic things. He has transitioned through a couple of different positions, a very high level, and is doing awesome things. But first question here, Vincent Adeosun. Take it away, Vincent.
All right, you mentioned that festivals drive commerce. Among the wonderful insights you have shared so far. So I'm asking this question for our audience. What would be your advice for government authorities or countries where it is difficult for people to get together in public? I believe probably for security issues or poor orientation. What would be your advice for those kind of audiences?
So if I understand correctly, you're saying that for festivals, what is the advice for government officials to provide security at these moments? Is that right?
Yes, you mentioned that festivals drive commerce. So I believe that is a very good point you mentioned. But for certain reasons, some countries, they find it difficult to get people together due to insecurity, due to poor orientation. So what would be your advice for people like that based on your experience in India, knowing fully well that festivals drive commerce?
I'll tell you a little example, which is quite amazing. In fact, we have the festivals, which is the 9-night festivals, and people dance the whole night for all the 9 nights, and it is done actually for as a prayer to the divine goddess. So it's woven into culture. But the surprising thing is that the government is supporting that a lot. The government is actually making it like a national event, inviting people from around the world, putting structures around it. So the culture also is such that when people are in good spirits, somehow it naturally becomes safe. I don't know how to say this, but I guess the good vibes creates a kind of a sense of belongingness, and everybody harmonizes with everyone else, including the government and everybody, and it just happens. So I just feel that by doing a little bit, it can expand more and more, and people can get tuned in more and more.
Ahmedabad is also the safest city.
All right, thank you so
Because
much.
it is also the sacred city, the city of Ahmedabad.
Safest.
It's the safest city in the whole country. So I wouldn't say that this happens everywhere, but Ahmedabad is the safest city in the whole of India. So coincidentally, yes.
Thank you so much. So what you are mentioning is that your recommendation to government authorities is that they should put in structures to ensure the safety of people when it comes to festivals, when it comes to public gathering. Am I correct?
Yes, absolutely. It's a together effort. The government, the people, everybody. It's a together effort. It's everyone's responsibility to bring in the festivity.
All right, thank you so much.
Yep. Thank you. Next question I actually copied from over on YouTube and put in here for you. This was about the difference. How does Ahmedabad different from other Indian art centers like Mumbai or Delhi in spirit and style?
Ahmedabad is the best thing I would say about Ahmedabad is the uniqueness is most cities are built by kings or they are built by government. Ahmedabad happens to be built by its rich merchants. So the merchants were very conscientious about culture. And when they became prosperous, they started universities like the business school, Indian Institute of Management, which is one of the best. Is started by one of the families, affluent families. We have art galleries, we have schools, we have, I mean, whatever you see in Ahmedabad is all built by the people. So that's what makes it having a very unique spirit, a very unique soul to the entire city. Mumbai is fantastic too. It's a very busy city, it gets you going. And Delhi has got this, Delhi is the heart of India. If you want to feel India, then Delhi is the place. So each city has got its uniqueness. Ahmedabad has its own.
Amazing. Amazing. Uh,
Yes.
any other questions from anybody that would like to throw in a question? We have another one that has come up here about the city's history, and this is regarding the textile and mercantile. So this question from the Twitch Entertainment Network is, in what ways does the city's history as a textile and mercantile hub shape its visual culture today? In what ways does the city's history as a textile and mercantile hub shape its visual culture today?
Oh, that's a very interesting question, actually. It was Ahmedabad was known to be the Manchester of the East, and it produced so much textiles. Interesting, we have a wonderful museum here called the Calico Museum. If you ever visit, you should go to that place. They have all the ancient textiles, the forms of weaving, and everything which they have put it in that museum. The kind of the textiles that we have, which is called a patola. It's a very ancient art of weaving,
Oh,
where you weave different threads together to create patterns. Even there is a tie and dye, where you tie and then when you untie, it has got these little, I don't know how to explain, but you can look, it's a tie and dye system. So the fabrics play a very important role in the way people live their lives. There is a particular art form uh, which is dedicated to the goddess. So we paint the fabric with different forms of the goddess. So yes, you're right. It definitely shapes the character.
There is a grand program which is called the Vibrant Gujarat. And the reason why it is called vibrant is because of the vibrant colors of Ahmedabad and
Yeah.
Gujarat.
yeah, very nice, very nice. Any
Yeah.
other questions from our audience or Alf in Germany? I love hearing Alf talk and speak, talk about an intelligent man working satellites over Africa and all over the EU every day. Um, uh, Guy is just unbelievable. But anybody else before I go into the last question? I don't want to cut people off.
I just wanted to say something, Marty. It was amazing you brought up the movies because we are also bringing sports culture as part of the culture and creating movies, sports movies. It's
Oh, wow.
called which is connected to the Olympics because Ahmedabad is now going to be the destination for the Commonwealth Games in another 5 years from now. And we are bringing movies that inculcate the spirit, sportsman spirit, movies that help you be courageous, go beyond your limitations, achieve the unbelievable. So we're making movies also as part of the art district. Thank you for adding that in your
Very
heart.
nice, and I would be remiss if I didn't mention breaking news. There's a portrait that has been sold, and it has set a record for a woman artist, female artist, 54.7 million at Sotheby's. some of the other hot news in culture today that is hitting and popping. Also, some of the culture wars came up just this morning. I guess the prestigious Adelaide Festival in Australia is having some controversial disinvitation of a writer who had sparked some mass withdrawals and board resignations. Some of the critics are calling for censorship. And then the museums in crisis across the United States. We are marking our 250th anniversary, but a lot of the cultural institutions are feeling the squeeze and federal funding cuts and political pressure. These are all the big breaking news in art and culture today. And I also received the warning with the train whistle. It's the 5-minute mark, guys. So we're going to wind down and wrap it down and throw it back to our Secretary General for his final comments and remarks. So if you want to pop on, Mr. Secretary General, we're going to highlight you and put the big screen up on you and just say goodbye to everybody. There you go, sir.
Thank you so much. I think it was a very unique opportunity listening to Monaz Bhatt about the art district of Ahmedabad. And it reaffirms the fact that we are on the right track as we interact and we got those questions and the appreciation. And we go full form into it, along with the presidential magazine, wanting to cover more and more of what we are planning to do in the art district. We are actually wanting to create cities and networks and sister cities that rely on art districts methodology so that we can have an exchange and know-how being created. Thank you everyone for tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you.